Universal Declaration of Human Rights stands as a milestone in the history of human rights. Adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 1948, it set out, for the first time, fundamental human rights to be universally protected. This declaration was born from the recognition that dignity, equality, and respect are the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. In the aftermath of World War II, the world sought a new path, one that would prevent the horrors of the past from repeating and ensure that every person, regardless of background, would be treated with respect and fairness. The preamble of the Declaration sets the tone, emphasizing the inherent dignity and equal rights of all members of the human family. It acknowledges that disregard for these rights has led to acts that shocked humanity. The preamble calls for a world where freedom of speech, belief, and freedom from fear and want are the highest aspirations. It also stresses the importance of protecting human rights through the rule of law, promoting friendly relations between nations, and reaffirming faith in fundamental rights. This vision underpins the entire Declaration and guides its articles. The Declaration is proclaimed as a common standard for all peoples and nations. It urges every individual and every organ of society to keep these rights in mind, promoting respect through teaching and education. The goal is to secure universal and effective recognition and observance of these rights, both within nations and in territories under their jurisdiction. This universal approach ensures that human rights are not limited by borders or governments, but are truly for everyone everywhere. Article 1 of the Declaration states that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. We are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. This foundational principle reminds us that our differences do not diminish our rights. Instead, our shared humanity binds us together, calling for mutual respect and understanding in all our interactions. Article 2 ensures that everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in the Declaration, without distinction of any kind. This includes race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. It also clarifies that no distinction should be made based on the political or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs. This article is a powerful statement against discrimination in all its forms. Article 3 affirms that everyone has the right to life, liberty, and the security of person. These are the most basic and essential rights, forming the foundation for all other freedoms. The right to life is not just about survival, but about living with dignity and safety, free from threats and harm. This article underscores the importance of protecting each individual's existence and well-being. Article 4 declares that no one shall be held in slavery or servitude, and that slavery and the slave trade are prohibited in all their forms. This article is a direct response to centuries of injustice and exploitation. It makes clear that freedom from slavery is a non-negotiable right, and that every person deserves to live free from bondage and forced labor. Article 5 states that no one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. This right is absolute and non-derigible, meaning it cannot be taken away under any circumstances. The article reflects a global consensus that torture is never justified and that every person deserves to be treated with humanity and respect, even in the most difficult situations. Article 6 guarantees that everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. This means that no one can be denied their legal identity or status. It ensures that all individuals are acknowledged as persons with rights and responsibilities, regardless of where they are in the world. Article 7 affirms that all are equal before the law and are entitled without discrimination to equal protection of the law. It also protects against any incitement to discrimination. This article is crucial for ensuring fairness in legal systems and for protecting individuals from unjust treatment based on prejudice or bias. Article 8 provides that everyone has the right to an effective remedy by competent national tribunals for acts violating their fundamental rights. This means that if someone's rights are violated, they must have access to justice and the ability to seek redress. It's a safeguard that ensures rights are not just theoretical but practically enforceable. Article 9 states that no one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. This right protects individuals from being taken away or punished without just cause or due process. It is a fundamental safeguard against abuse of power and ensures that personal liberty is respected by authorities. Article 10 guarantees that everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal. This applies to the determination of rights, obligations, and any criminal charges. The article ensures that justice is not only done but is seen to be done with transparency and fairness at its core. Article 11 states that everyone charged with a penal offense has the right to be presumed innocent until proved guilty according to law in a public trial. No one can be held guilty for an act that was not a crime at the time it was committed, nor can a heavier penalty be imposed than what was applicable at the time. This article is a cornerstone of criminal justice, ensuring fairness and protection for the accused. Article 12 protects everyone from arbitrary interference with their privacy, family, home, or correspondence, as well as from attacks upon their honor and reputation. It affirms the right to legal protection against such interference or attacks. This article recognizes the importance of personal space and dignity in every individual's life. Article 13 states that everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. It also includes the right to leave any country, including one's own, and to return to one's country. This article supports the idea that people should be able to choose where they live and travel freely without unjust restrictions. Article 14 affirms that everyone has the right to seek and enjoy asylum from persecution in other countries. However, this right does not apply to prosecutions arising from non-political crimes or acts contrary to the United Nations principles. The article recognizes the need for protection for those fleeing danger, while also setting reasonable limits. Article 15 guarantees that everyone has the right to a nationality. No one can be arbitrarily deprived of their nationality or denied the right to change it. Nationality is a key part of identity and belonging, and this article ensures that individuals are not left stateless or without legal recognition. Article 16 states that men and women of full age, without limitation due to race, nationality, or religion, have the right to marry and to found a family. Marriage must be entered into with the free and full consent of both parties. The family is recognized as the fundamental group unit of society and is entitled to protection by society and the state. Article 17 affirms that everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. No one can be arbitrarily deprived of their property. This right supports economic independence and security, ensuring that individuals and groups can build stable lives and communities. Article 18 guarantees everyone the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This includes the freedom to change one's religion or belief and to manifest it in teaching, practice, worship, and observance. This article protects the inner life of every person and their right to express their beliefs openly. Article 19 states that everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes holding opinions without interference and seeking, receiving, and imparting information and ideas through any media, regardless of frontiers. It is essential for democracy and for the exchange of ideas in society. Article 20 affirms the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. No one may be compelled to belong to an association. This article protects the right to gather, organize, and participate in groups, which is vital for civic engagement and social progress. Article 21 states that everyone has the right to take part in the government of their country, directly or through freely chosen representatives. It also guarantees equal access to public service and emphasizes that the will of the people is the basis of government authority, expressed through genuine elections with universal and equal suffrage. Article 22 recognizes that everyone as a member of society has the right to social security. This right is realized through national effort and international cooperation, and it includes economic, social, and cultural rights indispensable for dignity and free development of personality. Social security is a cornerstone for a just and supportive society. Article 23 states that everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment, to just and favorable conditions of work, and to protection against unemployment. It also guarantees equal pay for equal work, just remuneration, and the right to form and join trade unions. These rights ensure fairness and dignity in the workplace. Article 24 affirms that everyone has the right to rest and leisure, including reasonable limitation of working hours and periodic holidays with pay. This right recognizes the importance of balance in life and the need for time to relax and recharge, which is essential for health and well-being. Article 25 states that everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for health and well-being, including food, clothing, housing, and medical care. It also covers social services and security in case of unemployment, sickness, disability, widowhood, old age, or other lack of livelihood. Special care and assistance are guaranteed for motherhood and childhood, ensuring protection for the most vulnerable. Article 26 guarantees the right to education. Education should be free at least in the elementary and fundamental stages and compulsory at the elementary level. Technical and professional education should be generally available and higher education accessible to all based on merit. Education aims to develop personality, promote respect for rights, and foster understanding and friendship among nations. Article 27 states that everyone has the right to freely participate in the cultural life of the community, enjoy the arts, and share in scientific advancement and its benefits. It also protects the moral and material interests resulting from any scientific, literary, or artistic production. This article encourages creativity and the sharing of knowledge for the benefit of all. Article 28 affirms that everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in the Declaration can be fully realized. This article highlights the importance of global cooperation and systems that support the fulfillment of human rights everywhere. Article 29 reminds us that everyone has duties to the community, as it is only within the community that the free and full development of personality is possible. In exercising rights and freedoms, individuals must respect the rights and freedoms of others and meet the requirements of morality, public order, and general welfare in a democratic society. Article 29 also specifies that rights and freedoms may be subject only to limitations determined by law, solely for the purpose of securing due recognition and respect for the rights and freedoms of others, and for meeting the just requirements of morality, public order, and the general welfare. These limitations ensure a balance between individual liberty and the needs of society. Article 30 makes it clear that nothing in the Declaration may be interpreted as implying for any state, group, or person any right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any of the rights and freedoms set forth herein. This article serves as a safeguard, ensuring that the Declaration cannot be used to justify actions that undermine human rights. Education plays a vital role in promoting respect for human rights and freedoms. By teaching these principles, societies can foster understanding, tolerance, and friendship among all nations and groups. Education is not just about knowledge, but about shaping attitudes and behaviors that support a just and peaceful world. The Declaration emphasizes the importance of international cooperation in achieving universal respect for human rights. Nations are encouraged to work together, sharing resources and knowledge to ensure that rights are protected everywhere. This spirit of collaboration is essential for global progress and peace. Protecting human rights depends on the rule of law. Laws must be fair, just, and applied equally to all. The Declaration calls for legal systems that uphold rights and provide remedies for violations. This ensures that rights are not just ideals but realities that can be defended and enforced. The Declaration is not just about protecting rights, but also about promoting social progress and better standards of life in larger freedom. It encourages societies to strive for improvements in living conditions, education, health, and opportunities for all. Social progress is seen as a shared goal for humanity. The Declaration reaffirms the equal rights of men and women. It recognizes that gender equality is fundamental to human dignity and social progress. By ensuring equal rights in all areas of life, the Declaration supports the empowerment of women and the elimination of discrimination. Special protection is provided for vulnerable groups such as children, mothers, and those facing hardship. The Declaration recognizes that some individuals need extra support to enjoy their rights fully. This commitment to protection ensures that no one is left behind. Central aspiration of the Declaration is a world where people are free from fear and want. This means not only protection from violence and oppression, but also access to the resources needed for a dignified life. The Declaration envisions a world where everyone can live in security and prosperity. The Declaration encourages the development of friendly relations between nations. By promoting understanding and cooperation, it aims to prevent conflict and build a more peaceful world. Friendly relations are essential for the realization of human rights everywhere. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is not just a historical document, it is a living guide for societies around the world. Its principles continue to inspire laws, movements, and individuals striving for justice and equality. The Declaration remains a beacon of hope for all who seek a better, fairer world. Every right in the Declaration matters not just for some but for everyone. Whether it's the right to education, freedom of expression, or protection from discrimination, these rights shape our lives and societies. Understanding and defending these rights is essential for building a world where everyone can thrive. Universal Declaration of Human Rights calls on all of us, individuals, communities, and nations, to uphold and promote these rights. By working together, teaching, and standing up for justice, we can help ensure that the rights and freedoms set forth in the Declaration are realized for everyone everywhere. The journey continues and every step counts.